Hello, my name is Ilona and today is a Thursday, March 7, 2024, and I'm going to look at the energy from the Netherlands, Belgium and Germany. So I'm going to start with the Dutch cards for the Netherlands. What is the energy right now? And we've got the High Priest, we've got the Queen of Swords as the central card. We've got the Nine of Cups in the past. Underneath the central card, we've got the Ten of Swords. And for the future, we have the Knight of Swords and the World card. So these are really very powerful cards in itself. Very interesting is that the Queen of Swords seems to be popping up all the time in my card readings. But apparently this is a very interesting energy right now. This is about being critical, not accepting everything, discernment, what is really going on, cutting through all kinds of BS and things like that. Well, we've got the High Priest. So in the Netherlands, this is getting very, very obvious right now. They're trying to form a government, and all the political games that are being played right now for everyone to see is just insane, really. It's just, they wanted to, of course, form like a right-wing government, because the right-wing party here, the PVV, is the biggest party. But because we have so many parties, they have to, of course, form alliances. But right now, the other party that needs to be part of it doesn't want to be part of it anymore, and actually are leaning towards a left-wing party, which would be pretty much not what the Dutch people want. So this is going to get very, very interesting to see this. So this discernment, people are getting critical, but people are being fed up as well. I think the Dutch people are really fed up with what is going on. This is a Ten of Swords. This is like a radical ending. Wouldn't surprise me at all if this government, if they're going to try to form a government left wing, it's not going to work out. I think it's going to fall very quickly. But the people, this is the feeling I'm getting with this card, in the Netherlands are fed up with all these things that they're trying to do. The week of that certain intimate education to children this week, it's just, people are fed up. And you can see that in the future cards, because we have the Knight of Swords. So I do believe that the dark energies are still going to try to fight their way, but there's going to be resistance as well. I believe this card applies for the dark energies, but also for the people of the Netherlands. People are fed up with this. And that will bring in new energy of the new earth, especially the world energy. It's also the ending of a cyclus. So I do believe we are in an ending phase. I've been saying this for quite some time, because we're just seeing everything falling apart. But the Knight of Swords is just so fed up with everything. The energy that doesn't want to throw their energy anymore to all these organizations, institutions, strange things that are doing, the agendas. They're pulling away their energies, because it's enough is enough. So the World card is really about ending, but also this beautiful new energy that we want to bring in. And if we are not using our energy for the, for the dark energies, they won't be able to manipulate us anymore. We won't comply with anything they want. They're going to fall to the side. They need our energy that's why they're programming us to create their point of view, their view of this world. And if we just don't comply, if we won't continue with that, if we won't be manipulated, they won't be able to access that energy. And energy is necessary, and then you're going to see the reality. So by not complying anymore, not giving away our energy, really fighting back, we are creating a new world, because their world will collapse. Their old system will fall to the side. So I do believe with the Netherlands, people are so fed up with this. They are just at the end of this. They're getting very critical. And I think that's a good thing. People are really wising up, reading more. And it doesn't mean that everyone in the Netherlands is going to be like that, because I obviously always get reactions. Well, my family doesn't believe in anything, and they're just doing that, they're living their life. They're always going to be people that are just not going to be open-minded or being open for it. But I believe that the group in the Netherlands especially are becoming bigger and bigger, a larger group, being fed up with this. Doesn't mean that they fully understand what's going on, but they're fed up with what is being presented, especially with the political puppet game. Of course, a new government they're trying to form. Then we have Rutte, you know, our demissionary prime minister, is trying to get the job at NATO. So he's throwing all kinds of money, you know, Dutch taxpayers' money, towards Ukraine. People are not happy with that. Like, Netherlands is falling apart and you're sending hundreds of millions of euros that way. It's getting very, obvious in your face here, and people are fed up with that. So the other country I want to take a look at is Belgium. And the first card I've got is Temperance. Then I've got the Six of Wands. It's like, victory. We've got the Knight of Swords in the past. We've got the Page of Pentacles underneath the Six of Wands. And then we have for the future the Eight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. So there is some victory. I do believe that the farmers have been, of course, the Belgian farmers have been protesting in Brussels against everything. So I do believe that there are some concessions are being made from the European Union. This is not going to change anything. They're going to keep pushing their agenda, but there is a feeling of some victory. Maybe in another way, other things are being open as well in Belgium. I'm not completely up to date on the Belgian politics, but I do believe that there have been some scandals, things coming out as well. All opportunities also to heal for the Belgian people. So there will be some feeling of victory in a way, but I do believe that the farmers do realize that they're just going to continue just in another way, or just changing the pace a little bit with their plans. And this is, of course, not about the climate, never been about the climate. They want to get rid of the farmers. That's really what they want to do. So I'm glad that the Belgian farmers really stood strong, and it, of course, farmers all around the world, or at least in Europe mainly, but I believe all around the world are, of course, affected by this. But in Poland, there are still a lot of farmers fighting for all kinds of, things about what's happening with Ukraine, and products coming in that are a lot cheaper. So they're fighting against that. So the farmers haven't, they're doing their thing. Don't think that it's all died down. But interesting, this is, of course, about Belgium. There's been some victory. But there's going to be a feeling of powerlessness in the future, and this will connect people again. Ace of Cups is about emotional connection. So I do believe that the people in Belgium need, unfortunately, more feeling like they're powerless. They need to be up against the wall before they finally start to realize what's really going on, or at least give them the opportunity to wake up, because, of course, also there will be people that will not wake up, and that's the way it is. But this feeling of powerlessness, feeling powerless, will lead to more connection, will lead to a different connection with people around them. And I think that is necessary if we want to really defeat, the dark energies. I believe that energetically it's already happened. It's maybe a little bit difficult to explain, but I do believe that the energies are so high now, and the raising of the energy cannot be stopped. So ultimately they will fall to the side, but it will depend on us. I believe the speed that it will happen. So to give people the opportunity to wake up. Of course, at a certain point in time, it's kind of done. That's the feeling I'm getting. I've made a video about this not long ago about, the white hats, black hats, and how I see what's going on. That people are still getting the opportunity to wake up, and it will be up to them. But at a certain point in time, then it will, of course, lead to separations of timelines and things like that. But I do believe here in Belgium right now, it's people are kind of healing, but they will need more things happening that will kind of push them out of their comfort zone to really connect and to really continue. So the feeling I'm getting with the Netherlands, the Dutch people are kind of fed up with it, and the Belgian people still need some things more to kind of push them out of their comfort zone. The last country I want to take a look at is Germany, and Germany is an interesting country. I have a feeling that the white hats have already kind of control in that, or more. They're showing it more through Germany. I do believe they have quite some control all over the world. Quite some. I mean, they do have control. It's like I've mentioned before. I don't want to go too deep into this because I want to look at the energy of Germany. So I believe in Germany they're pushing more the white hat agenda, especially with Macron, who mentioned that he wanted to send troops to France, and the first country I believe was Germany, saying, well, that's not going to happen. Things like that. And of course Macron, took that back, because there were a lot of criticism about that, but he was just trying to see what was going to happen when you say things like that. They put up all these things and see how people react. And in this case, especially with the bridge that they were going to, do things to in Russia, that of course was leaked. I believe it was done on purpose. I looked at it at the live I did on Tuesday evening. And I also did that in my recap, my English recap of my life. I also showed the cards that I feel that was a white hat operation. So I do believe that they're working through Germany more. So it's more obvious. First card I got is the Four of Wands. So that would, that's kind of confirm that. Then we have the Queen of Swords, just like the Netherlands. It's the central place. So the central position of the card reading, there is the Queen of Swords. We've got the Death card in the past. We've got the Three of Wands underneath the Queen of Swords. And for the future, and this is interesting again, we've got the World card and we have the Nine of Wands. So they're two similar cards in the same position as the Netherlands. That's interesting to see. Netherlands and Germany have a lot of energy apparently similar, but in Germany I feel there is more happening, or it's more shown with white hat influences. There are also more articles about stings and the damages done by the stings. This is also wait and see. This is more of a celebration card, like-mindedness, being critical, not accepting everything anymore. And I do believe in Germany more is coming out about the stings than here in the Netherlands, but we have to wait and see. But again, if for the German, it's also German people, they are critical. They are becoming very critical. Watch and see what's going to happen. Kind of wait and see. This is really, things are being put into motion, and just see what's going to happen. And they're bringing in for the future also the new energies. But it's also necessary for people in Germany and people living in that area, because the energies of an area or a certain people, they have energies as well. There's still a lot of pain that needs to be healed with the Nine of Wands. A lot of pain that needs to be dealt with, especially with their pasts. It's very important that it's being dealt with, and that will bring in new energies, and that will end a cycle as well. So it's very, very interesting to me. There's so much similarity with the Dutch cards. It's more, and I have to say the energy of the Netherlands felt more of, we're fed up with this, and the energy of Germany is a little bit more laid back. That maybe is very difficult to explain, but it feels a little bit more relaxed than the energy in the Netherlands. So, like I've mentioned, I believe that there is more white hats coming out through Germany. That's the feeling I'm getting. Doesn't mean that they're not everywhere, but it's like they're using Germany also to kind of expose things and use it as against NATO and things like that. So it's interesting to see. This is what I've got. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.